OpenAI had their own system for letting AI models talk to the outside world. Google had theirs. Meta had one too. Then in March, OpenAI announced they were scrapping their approach and adopting a protocol built by their biggest competitor. By April, Google followed. Today, that protocol is run by the Linux Foundation, controls how every major AI assistant connects to real-world data, and most people who use AI every day have never heard its name. The protocol is called MCP, Model Context Protocol, and what it does is surprisingly simple. Before MCP, if you wanted your AI assistant to read your email, search a database, or update a spreadsheet, every company had to write custom code for every single connection. OpenAI's ChatGPT used something called function calling. Claude used a different method. Google had yet another. A developer building an AI tool had to maintain separate integrations for each model, and every new AI model meant rewriting everything from scratch. MCP solved that by creating a universal standard, like USB-C did for charging cables. One server, any model. Anthropic launched MCP in November 2024 as an open-source standard. Within 4 months, OpenAI, who had spent years building their own function calling system, adopted it. Not as an add-on. As a replacement. That's the part that matters. OpenAI didn't need MCP. They already had a working system. But they adopted it anyway, because the real fight wasn't about whether AI models could call functions. It was about who controls the infrastructure layer that every AI application will be built on top of. Anthropic offered a neutral, open-source answer. OpenAI looked at the adoption rate and realized fighting it would mean losing access to the ecosystem that was forming around MCP. By April, Google made the same calculation. By December, Anthropic donated the protocol to the Linux Foundation, making it officially neutral. The war was over. MCP won. Here's what actually changed. Before MCP, if you built a tool that let AI agents access your company's internal wiki, you had to write one integration for OpenAI's API, another for Claude, another for Google's Gemini. With MCP, you write one server. Every model that supports MCP can connect to it. The inverse is also true. If you're OpenAI and you don't support MCP, developers stop building for you first. They build for the standard. That's why OpenAI adopted a competitor's protocol. The alternative was irrelevance. But MCP is only one piece. There's a second layer most people conflate with it, and understanding the difference matters. Tools and MCP servers are about capability, what an AI can do, and how it connects. Skills are about instructions, how it should do it. A skill, in the way Anthropic defines it for Claude, is a folder containing a markdown file with step-by-step directions. You might have a skill that says when the user asks you to write a blog post, follow this structure, reference these files, output in this format. Skills load into the model's context dynamically, only when relevant. They don't give the model new powers. They give it reusable recipes. The difference is subtle but critical. If MCP is the USB port that lets your AI plug into external tools, skills are the instruction manual that tells it how to use those tools in a specific, repeatable way. One standardizes the connection. The other standardizes the behavior. Both are fighting for the same thing, to become the default way developers think about extending AI. And both are converging on the same strategy Anthropic used with MCP: make it open, make it simple, make it the obvious choice before anyone else can establish a competing standard. Right now, The entire AI agent ecosystem is being built on top of MCP. Over 17,000 MCP servers exist. 8 million downloads happened between November 2024 and April 2025. Every major AI IDE, Cursor, Windsurf, Replit, supports it. Microsoft added it to Windows. GitHub released an MCP server for code repositories. The standard isn't just winning. It's already won. And the companies that tried to build proprietary alternatives have quietly started integrating it instead. What this means for anyone building with AI, the tool layer is now standardized. If you're writing an integration, you write it once, for MCP, and it works everywhere. If you're choosing an AI model, you choose based on performance, not on which tools it can access. The differentiation moved up the stack. Now the fight is about which models are smarter, faster, cheaper, not which ones can connect to your CRM. That shift happened in 4 months, and most of the people using these tools every day never noticed the infrastructure change underneath them. But it's the change that will define what AI agents can do for the next 5 years.